Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Empowerment Experience podcast. This is the space where purpose-driven individuals like you come to stretch beyond your limitations, reclaim your power, and rewrite the narrative of your life with truth, love, and action. I'm your host, Broussard, and today's episode is deeply personal for me. It's about something that we rarely talk about out loud, but all of us feel at one point or another. The pain of not trusting ourselves and the journey of rebuilding that trust, one promise at a time. So, let me ask you, have you ever felt like you couldn't rely on yourself? Like every new commitment, every goal, every resolution eventually ends up broken by your own hands? If so, you're not alone, guys. I've been there. And so have the people I've coached. Leaders, dreamers, mothers, fathers, professionals, creators. Rebuilding trust with yourself is one of the most courageous inner work you'll ever do. But here's the most empowering truth of it all. Self-truth is rebuildable. So let's stretch into it. Now, understand self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Let's just start with a basic question. What is self-trust really? Now, self-trust is the belief that you will act in your best interest. It's knowing that when things get hard, you won't abandon yourself, that you'll follow through, that you'll speak up, that you'll make aligned decisions even when they're uncomfortable. It's your inner relationship with you. Now, why does this matter so much? Because everything else, guys, your goals, your boundaries, your relationships, sits on the foundation of self-trust. If you don't believe in yourself, it becomes hard to follow through, set standards, or take risks. Let me tell you about Tanya, a client of mine, 38-year-old middle school teacher from Birmingham. When she came to me, she had this sparkle, this vision for her own tutoring company that would help kids in underdeveloped and underserved communities. But every time she made progress, she would quit. She launched a Facebook page, then she stopped. She'd outline a curriculum, then she'd doubt herself. And one day in tears, she told me, she said, Ron, it's not that I don't want this. It's that I don't trust myself to do it. That moment hit hard for her because I knew exactly what she meant. She was grieving her own inconsistency, and what she needed wasn't more strategy. She needed self-love. She needed healing. So we started building her self-trust with compassion. So one of the first action steps that I would recommend for you to do, everybody that's out there on the Empowerment Experience podcast, listeners, is have a self-awareness journal. And you're going to write down 3 recent times you've made a promise to yourself and didn't follow through. And it can be anything just as simple as you getting up early in the morning time, going to say you're going to exercise and you didn't exercise during that time. And, other little things like that. Then ask yourself, why did I stop? What was I afraid of? What would I say to a friend in that same situation? What would I say to them? Now, why would this work? Guys, this creates an awareness without shame. It allows you to observe your own patterns with compassion and understand where you're coming from. And that is your first step towards change. Now, how your trust gets broken. And this is what I call little mini traumas to your soul or to your intuition, your confidence, that inner spirit. Trust isn't broken overnight. It breaks in moments, guys. It breaks in whispers. It breaks in the small lies we tell ourselves. Small lies like, I'll start tomorrow. Just one more cheat day. Oh, I'll take care of it later on. Oh, I'll deal with it later. Each time you do that, that's a fracture. Each time you do that, that's a small betrayal to yourself. Each time you do that, you're telling yourself that you don't trust yourself. So let's talk about Darnell. He's a freelance photographer out of Philly that I coached years ago. Now, he had dreams of building his brand and moving out of his 9-to-5. So he made a plan to send 3 pictures a day. Now, you know how everybody always starts. Day 1, fired up, knocking them out, 3 pictures that day. Day 2, he skipped. Day 3, he felt guilty for skipping day 2. And day 4, he felt shame for skipping day 2 and guilty for day 3. And day 5, he did nothing, guys. He told himself that it was laziness. But really, guys, It was fear dressed up as a delay. And here's the most important part. He wasn't lazy, guys. He was scared. But instead of tending to that fear, he beat himself up and shut down. Now, one of the things that I want to have everyone, if you have time to do that, is to activate that micro promise technique. Now, what this does is allows you to make small, winnable promises every morning, something that you know you can absolutely do. It can be something as simple as drinking a glass of water when you wake up, or just jumping out of bed and making your bed, or saying one loving thing to yourself in the mirror, or jumping up and just going and brushing your teeth. One of the things that I do for myself is as soon as I get up, I lay back down and I find 3 things to give gratitude for. Number 1, because I've woken up, I have purpose in this life. Whenever you wake up, guys. So I give gratitude for me waking up, and then from there, I set my pace. I brush my teeth. Brushing my teeth just activates that for me. Those are those winnables that I take every day. Now, why does this work? So the reason this works, these micro promises build momentum, and that signals to your subconscious that you can count on yourself. Every promise is a repair. Every fulfilled micro task, guess what, guys? It rewires your belief in order for you to grow into your self-trust. Now, compassion is that key to repair, guys. And the reason I say that is because sometimes we're so hard on ourselves about everything that we do. And being that we're so hard on ourselves, we give up on everything. We quit. And what I mean by quitting is we give up, meaning we're never returning back to that again. Now, understand this, guys. You'll never shame yourself into consistency, right? But you can love yourself into alignment. Let's look at Keisha. This is a lady I worked with. She's mother of 3 from Detroit. She was trying to lose weight and trying to reclaim her energy, but she had internalized so much guilt. By the time she skipped the workout, she would spiral into self-loathing. So during our coaching sessions, guys, I just asked her a simple question as we talked about these things and pulled it out of her. I said, what if your daughter came up to you with that same struggle? What would you say to her? And she said to me, I'd tell her that she's beautiful and for her to take it one step at a time. I said to her, then why don't you speak that way to yourself? Why do you don't say that to yourself? Self-trust is built in the way as any other relationship is: consistency, care, and kindness. Does that make sense? So your action step for this step right here is the compassion retreat. Whenever you miss a goal or you fall short, just speak this out loud. I forgive myself. I am learning. I will try again. I really don't like saying try. I forgive myself. I am learning. I will go at it again. Now, I'm not going to try, because we do. We're either doing it or we're not doing it. Now, why this works is it interrupts that shame spiral, because we are so hard on ourselves and we beat ourselves up, and it replaces it with grace. And you have to say those things out loud, guys. Listen, I forgive myself. I'm learning, and I will go at it again. Compassion makes your nervous system feel safe enough to keep trying. Now, what you're doing is you're creating boundaries, guys. You're creating boundaries for yourself. And those boundaries, believe it or not, they are self-respect in action. Every time you enforce a boundary, you tell yourself that you matter. You matter above anything else. Now check it. Andre, he's this marketing executive from Houston, and he was drained from all of his time. Meetings, texts, favors. He said yes to everything and everyone. Does that sound familiar? I know it used to sound familiar for me. And deep down, guess what? He felt resentful and invisible. So when we sat down in our sessions, we mapped out his week and we realized he's available to everybody but himself. So what we did was we created boundaries around him for him to practice on honoring himself. It was something simple. It was like no text after 7 p.m. And that was just one thing. And we started from there. And guess what? The world kept spinning. But his world started to shift. He slept better. He showed up better. He began to believe he was worthy of his own energy. So your action step for today, guys, is set one boundary for today that you can lovingly enforce for this week. Set one boundary that you know you can lovingly enforce this week. The simple options is, for me, I'm a workaholic, so I do things. I say no work emails after 7 p.m. No gossip conversations. I definitely keep that out of the train. I don't like talking about nobody. I do watch my shows, so I will talk about those people in the shows, but no gossip conversations. And then saying, when I get those requests to do something or have something going on, let me get back to you on that. Let me get back to you and see how my schedule looks, instead of giving them impulsive yeses, and then you feel bad later on after doing those yeses. Why this works is boundaries are just for other people, guys. They're for your inner child, letting them know, your conscious, your own energy, letting them know that you are safe now. You are safe now. So now we're going to give some tools that's going to help you rewire that self-belief so that you can build into your own self-trust. So let's end with some tools that's going to move you from inspiration to implementation. Okay? So use a done list, guys. Now, the done list is something that I really enjoy. It's not a to-do list, it's a done list. Now, the done list, instead of focusing on what you didn't finish, write down the things that you did for that day. Every win, every kept promise. So if you make your to-do list at the end of the day, make you a done list. Review that list, go over that list, and celebrate those wins. Another one that you can do is definitely you can do the meal work. And what I mean is looking in the mirror when you go in there to brush your teeth in the morning time or wash your face. Look into your eyes and say, I trust you, I love you, I'm proud of you. You are awesome. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. That's what you need to say to yourself as you grow forward. And create accountability. Tell someone about your goal. Let them check in, not as your enforcer, but as your encourager. Guys, since my journey that I've had over the past year or two, I've circled myself around some wonderful people that really do encourage me, and they are curious about what I'm doing, my endeavors, and what I'm trying to do. And it's been a task for me to understand that with them, and understanding where they're coming from, because I've never had that before. But that definitely feels good. So find you somebody to create the accountability. Tell somebody about your goal. Have them check in on you. They'll encourage you. They'll push you. So that action step for you is to choose one tool to practice for 7 days. Pick one of the ones that I talked about, or look some up for yourself that are easy for you, and just commit, guys. Why does this work? Repetition builds identity. The more you show up for yourself, guys, listen, the more your mind believes you are someone worth trusting. Now, let me leave you with this, guys. This has been a wonderful show. I'm really enjoying this episode. Let me leave you with this. Trust is a seed. Every time you water it with self-love, it grows roots. Every time you choose yourself, your self-love grows stronger. You don't have to fix everything today. You just have to take one step with love. So this week, let's do this together, guys. Let's pick one micro promise. Set one loving boundary. Speak one kind truth to yourself. Then, when you're ready to go deeper, guys, listen, you can go out to my website, stretchyourself.org, and download my Discover You audio course. It is free. And then you can explore my coaching programs, my online programs, my books, and my transformational tools at stretchyourself.org, okay? You don't need to do this alone. You just need to start, okay? Just need to start. Thank you for joining me for this powerful episode of the Empowerment Experience, guys. You could be anywhere in the world listening to anybody's podcast, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Now, if this conversation has moved you, share it, review it, pass it on to someone who's ready to rebuild from the inside out. Remember, every promise is a brick. Keep building, keep stretching, and above all, keep that trust that you have in yourself. I'm Ron Broussard. Until the next time, guys. Hey, look, stay grounded, stay growing, And as always, keep stretching. Thanks for listening.